this process the past 2 months leading up to today? What have you been doing, and how was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was everything I dreamed of. Just training for the past 2 months. I was down in Dallas. Met a lot of great people, and I was working hard. So to come out here and show everyone what I'm about, and with my teammates meant a lot.
How do you feel like you did today?
There were some things I was a little upset about, but for the most part, I PR'd and everything. So I was really happy about that, and I thought me and Kanante killed it out there with Darius. So yeah.
How about in comparison to your combine?
I say he was probably a little better. I was just more relaxed, here with the guys, and home turf definitely helped a little bit. So, and I had some preparation with Darius, the quarterback. So that definitely helped a little bit.
Gavin, what's this next month going to be like for you?
Back to training like a football player. These past couple months we've been training pretty much like track athletes. To get back out in the football field and do some football stuff, and start lifting some serious weights and conditioning, it'll be a lot of fun. So.
What type of feedback have you gotten from NFL scouts?
Yeah, I'd say it's all great feedback. I had the privilege to meet with a bunch of coaches so far, so just piling up the Zoom meetings right now, and just getting their feedback and their advice for these next few weeks. So it's been really good.
Can you name a couple of the teams you've met with or are going to meet with?
Bills, Falcons, Saints. I've had about 16 Zooms so far, so yeah, good list.
What's draft day going to be like for you?
My parents rented a house up in Pittsburgh, so I'm going to have a bunch of my guys from back home and a bunch of teammates at the house, and it's going to be a great day.
Gavin?
Coach was telling us about how you got recruited over Zoom. And,
Yeah.
Did you imagine yourself, in this place after 4 years and doing this kind of stuff and participating in this kind of event?
Yeah, I mean, I always dreamed of it since I was a little kid, but to actually be here and live it out, it's still a little surreal. So I'm still kind of, just waiting for it to feel real, I guess. But on draft day, I'm sure it'll feel pretty real. So.
Coach made a comment that maybe your high school tape wasn't that great.
yeah, we didn't have great competition.
But how have you developed since you've been in high school?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've developed as a man and as a player on the field. I just had a bunch of great veterans, that surrounded me. Kenny, Lucas, all those guys helped me become the man who I am today. And I had a ton of great coaches that helped me get to where I am today. So I'd say that.
Over these last few months, when you've gotten in front of scouts, what do you feel like you showed them about the type of player you are?
Yeah, just that I'm a hard worker and, kind of embrace the city's blue collarness. I'm going to play through the whistle, and, I'm not afraid of contact. I'll run through someone when I get the ball, and when I get the ball, when I do have those opportunities, I'm going to make the most of it. And then in the run game, I'm a dominant run blocker, and, I pride myself in that. So just showing them that.
Thanks, Gavin.